So obviously to show you the sound quality from the Panasonic GH4, I'm using the GH4 now, and the lens I'm using is actually the Nifty 50 from Canon. It's the 1.4 aperture lens from Canon using the Metabone speed booster, and it's set to around 2.2, aperture 2.2, and you can see the look from this camera compared to the previous camera, which is the Sony PMW-EX1. It's a camera that's about 3 or 4 times as expensive as the Panasonic. You can see the footage from this is absolutely brilliant. I'm filming in 4K, and I've downsized it. When you're seeing this finished product, I've downsized it to 1080p, and you can see the absolute amazing quality from this camera. And obviously the depth of field behind is quite shallow. I can go even more shallow with the 1.4 lens. So, you know, if you're thinking about DSLRs have got to be full frame to get shallow depth of field, Panasonic have killed that attitude with the GH4, and you can see it's looking really good. Now, the first microphone I'm testing is the built-in microphone on the Panasonic, the stereo microphone, and you're probably getting a fair bit of ambient noise. You can see traffic passing behind me. We're filming in the guest house, which is right on the seafront of Weymouth. And obviously this microphone isn't fantastic for commercial use. It's good if you're just filming family or days out, things like that, where you don't want to be carrying around extra microphones. But you can tell here it's not the best microphone in the world. It's picking up ambient noise, probably a bit of hiss, but also in the camera you're able to change the decibel output of the microphone. And for this instance, because the camera's about 10 to 12 feet away, I've increased the decibel range up to +6. It does actually go all the way back down to -12 in 1 decibel increments, and for the -12 I would use another microphone, which I'll explain in a second. But in this instance, as you're far away, I've actually increased it to +6 decibels. So you should be picking up the sound quite well, but like I said, there's probably a fair bit of hiss and a fair bit of ambient noise as well. So let's move on to the next microphone. So this next microphone is the Rode Videomic. It's a mic designed for kind of DSLRs and smaller form video cameras. It's very simple. It's got a normal 3.5mm headphone jack, so it plugs straight into the camera itself. And because it's got a Hotshoe attachment, it just the microphone just slips into the Hotshoe attachment on the top of the camera. Now, the interesting thing with this microphone is, again, you can adjust the decibel levels within the microphone. And a great tip I've learnt to reduce hiss or noise from this microphone is we previously spoke about the decibel levels in camera. So what I've done now is actually reduce the in-camera microphone down to -12. That should bring down the hiss and the ambient noise. And on the actual Rode Videomic, I've increased the decibels to +20. It goes from +20 to 0 to, I think it's -10 or -5. So at the moment, the decibel level on the microphone is fired right up to +20, and the in-camera recording decibel level is down to -12. So you should be hearing some quite nice, more directional sound from the camera. Like I said before, the built-in microphone on the camera actually picks up a lot of ambient noise. This microphone is more directional, so it's pointed directly at me, so it should be picking up my voice more, and maybe a bit of background noise from the cars, but it should be picking me up a lot clearer and a lot more coherently. And it's great. It's a very simple microphone to use. Plonk it on the Hotshoe, plug it in with a 3.5mm jack, and you're good to go. So it's great to carry around to parties, for quick run and gun shoots, or you know, the occasional commercial shoot where you haven't got time to set up a full microphone system or set up a Lavalier mic, that kind of thing. So this one is the next best from the actual in-camera microphone, and I use this quite a lot of the time. I like it. If I'm doing quick interviews of people, as long as the microphone is directed at them, it's great. You can actually get an extension lead for the 3.5mm jack cable. You can then take the microphone off the camera, have it on a boom pole, and use it as a boom mic, or a more directional mic straight at the actual person. So it's pretty versatile and it's very good. But like I said, the best thing is to increase the decibel level on the microphone to +20 and the camera decibel level to -12. Now, the last but by no means least microphone that I'm using is my absolute favourite for any situation where I'm having to talk to camera, whether it's an interview or me doing tutorial videos like this. And it's actually a radio mic, so no wires. I've got the radio, I've got the packet, the receiver, sorry, the transmitter in my pocket with the Lavalier mic coming up to the chest. And the fact that it's on my chest gives it a more of a bit deeper bass resonance to it, so it sounds much nicer. Because it's close to me, it's not picking up any ambient noise at all. You get a really nice clear sound to it. and the actual receiver is on the camera, again with a 3.5mm jack plugged into the camera. So I'm now free to walk around. Works up to, I don't know how many meters it is, 50, 100 meters. I've never had any problems with the connection being as close to the camera as I need to be. I've been maybe 20, 30 meters away from the camera before doing tutorials. In fact, one of them on the wedding photography blueprints, I was a fair bit away using these microphones, and these are the UTX versions from Sony. So, you know, they're compatible with Panasonic as well, so you don't need to worry about that. Again, the actual receiver has got a Hotshoe attachment, so it just slips onto the top of the camera. A small 3.5mm jack lead goes straight into the camera. Plonk the microphone on yourself and switch them both on, get the right frequency on each, and then you're good to go. And I leave them on the same frequency all the time, so I just plug them in and do interviews, do talks, do presentations, tutorials, that kind of thing. We used them a lot in a recent video trip to Lanzarote. Works flawlessly, the batteries last a long time, but for me the sound from these is absolutely key. They're perfect. Like I say, no ambient noise, great resonance from the bass, and it just works with most things that I do these days with video. So those are three kind of examples of microphones to use. Like I say, the in-camera ones, okay, just for family do's, just to pick up some noise when you need it. If you are doing some ambient noises of birds or bees or waves, things like that, then you're going to pick that up quite a bit. Other than that, the Rode Videomic is pretty good. I like that for run and gun situations, and I use it for quite a lot. It's normally on the camera or in my bag with me when I move about. And then you've got the Lavalier here, which is brilliant, the radio mic. Now, if you can't afford the radio mic, you can actually buy Lavalier mics with extremely long cables like this. Again, you've got the Lavalier mic that goes under your shirt and onto your lapel there. You've got the normal 3.5mm jack that goes into the camera, an incredibly long cable. These come in different sizes cables. You can have 5, 10, 20, 30 meters, plus you can get extension leads, so you're not restricted on how far these can go. You've just got to worry about having a cable. But they've also got a battery, so this was actually on. I left it on from the last time. So you've got to be aware that if you leave it on, the battery's going to deplete. But it's a great microphone. Again, it works the same as the Lavalier mic. It picks up really good sound. Just make sure that before you use it to test the cable, to make sure you're not getting that kind of hissing sound or the buzzing sound from the microphone. That's why I like this Lavalier mic, the actual radio transmitter. It works brilliantly. So those are some good microphones to use with the GH4. You know, have a look at them yourself, but I think Lavalier is good, and also the Rode mic, the boom mic. But really try to stay away from using the on-camera microphone.